Passeri.
And I'm Keith Radford.
This is Eyewitness News at 11. You saw it first right here. Our political analyst Bob Davis declaring Kathy Hochul the winner in the race to fill the congressional seat in the 26th district. Here are the latest numbers, with 82% of the precincts reporting. Kathy Hochul having getting 48% of the vote, and Corwin 42%, about a 5,000 vote spread between the two.
Now, Tea Party candidate Jack Davis possibly playing the spoiler in this hotly contested race, winning about 9% of the vote, and Green Party candidate Ian Murphy didn't play much of a factor tonight. He garnered about 1% of the vote.
Let's head live now to Kathy Hochul's campaign headquarters, the UAW Hall in Amherst, where Channel 7's Ed Reilly standing by tonight.
Well, hi, Keith and Joanna. I'll tell you, a very big night for the Democrats. Candidate Kathy Hochul has won a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. She will now represent the people in the 26th Congressional District. And there was a lot of excitement here tonight, and it started very early. Around 9:15, as soon as the first numbers started coming in, Kathy Hochul had about a 5% lead over Republican challenger Jane Corwin. And from that point on, the crowd grew, and they got more and more excited as the night went on. And it's a little bit of a surprise because the 26th Congressional District is a heavily Republican district. There's actually 27,000 more Republican voters registered to vote here than Democrats. But regardless, it was a big night for the Democrats. They were very happy, and we'll show you some of the tape from earlier on from the Democratic Party Chairman Len Lenahan and Congresswoman-elect Kathy Hochul.
No matter if you made a phone call, you knocked on a bunch of doors, wherever you went, it was needed, every bit counted, and it worked. We won this election tonight.
Tonight we showed that voters are really willing to look beyond the party label and vote for the person and a message they believe in. And we showed that thousands and thousands and thousands of voters are more powerful than millions and millions of dollars of special interest money.
And of course, Kathy Hochul's win has some ramifications for some other races. I'm joined now by Erie County Comptroller Mark Poloncarz, who's also running for county executive this fall. Mark, first your reaction to Kathy Hochul's win.
It's a fabulous win. I'm disappointed to lose a partner in county government, but I know the people of Western New York are going to be ably served by having her in Washington. This is a complete repudiation of the failed Republican agenda, in which they're protecting big oil, they're protecting the fat cats on Wall Street, and forgetting about the people on Main Street. The people in Western New York said, we want to preserve and protect our Medicare. Jane Corwin said she wanted to end it. Kathy Hochul's going to Washington to preserve it. It's no different than the agenda that they have here in Erie County. The people of Western New York sent a strong message. We want people who represent us, and that's what we're going to have with Kathy Hochul.
And of course, with the county executive race coming up, there's some ramifications there also.
Well, of course there are, because there's similar issues. The county executive has gone out there and talked about eliminating and taking away eyeglasses and hearing aids and dentures for needy seniors. That's the same thing as with the Medicare debate in the 26th Congressional District. He raised taxes, cut services, but gave some of his highest paid employees raises. The people repudiated the Republican agenda with Jane Corwin, and I feel confident they're going to do the same thing in November for Chris Collins and elect me as the next county executive.
Okay, Mark Poloncarz, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So what's next for Kathy Hochul? Well, as soon as the results are certified, Kathy has to go to Washington because there is a vacancy. This is not like other congressional races where you wait till January to have the candidate sworn in. So as soon as the race is certified, Kathy will have to resign her seat as county clerk. The deputy county clerk will take over, and then the governor will have to appoint someone to fill out the remainder of Kathy Hochul's county clerk position, and that could be on the ballot this November. Anyways, at this point, it's a very happy crowd here at the campaign headquarters for Kathy Hochul, and we're going to send it back to you, Keith and Joanna, in the studio.
All right, good. Thank you, Ed. Now, Jane Corwin was at first the front runner in a district that typically votes Republican, but her lead began to slip away in recent weeks, and that video of that confrontation between her chief of staff and Jack Davis probably did not help matters for her at all. Channel 7's John Borsa continues our team coverage tonight. He is live at the Corwin camp out in Amherst. John?
Keith, it is so difficult to tell exactly what derailed this campaign. You can blame Paul Ryan and his Medicare plan. You can blame Jack Davis, blame the Tea Party, or even blame the Corwin campaign for what many call missteps. But in the end, the headline tonight is that Republicans have lost the seat that was custom drawn for GOP powerhouse fundraiser Tom Reynolds, the former congressman, 10 years ago, a seat that has 27,000 more Republicans in this district than Democrats, and now a Democrat has taken over. Jane Corwin walked into campaign headquarters last hour. She was greeted by a huge round of applause. She thanked her supporters. There were hundreds of them here tonight. This room cleared out pretty fast. And then Corwin told the crowd that she just got off the phone with her opponent, Democrat Kathy Hochul.
I just spoke with Kathy Hochul a few minutes ago and congratulated her for running a strong campaign, and I conceded the election. I told her I would be happy to help her in any way that I can to strengthen Western New York. The last 3 months have been quite an experience, and I can say I've enjoyed most of it, but not for the national attention that this election gained, but for the people I've had the opportunity to get to know along the way.
Earlier in the day, the Corwin camp received a court order that went out to all of the county election boards in the district, ordering them to impound all the votes, the ballots, and that was going to set up a recount situation. A hearing scheduled Thursday in State Supreme Court was to outline the procedures from this point on, but now it looks like that even a recount will not improve Corwin's numbers, and again, she conceded to Hochul over the telephone tonight. The Democratic National Committee chair tonight says that this is a huge victory for Democrats, obviously, and shows that voters want Medicare protected, not abolished. And in the end, many say this all came down to Medicare. Corwin endorsed the Ryan plan very early on, which would change Medicare to a voucher system. It would have costed Americans, seniors, more money to seek out health care, something Corwin backed off from in the later days of the campaign, but clearly not enough. Now let the Wednesday morning quarterbacking begin. It'll be a very interesting day tomorrow at Erie County GOP headquarters as they hash out what went wrong. And that's the latest from Corwin campaign headquarters in Amherst. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
John, thank you for that. Well, it looks like Tea Party candidate Jack Davis did play the role of spoiler tonight in his 4th attempt to win the congressional seat in the 26th district. Channel 7's Kyla Igo live at Brennan's Bowery in Amherst tonight with reaction from the Davis camp. Kyla?
Well, Joanna, as you can see behind me, things are dwindling down here at Brennan's, and all along Jack Davis has been called the spoiler, as you mentioned, in this special election, and despite dumping $3 million out of his own pocket for his campaign, he was not able to secure a victory tonight. Now, this was the millionaire businessman's 4th attempt at the 26th congressional seat, and said that he would actually work for $1 if elected, but of course, as we know, the voters have spoken tonight. Now, Davis said that he, of course, is disappointed, but won't stop fighting for America, and says he would actually do it again, and quote, this isn't the last of Jack Davis, and believes those $3 million is just an investment.
I love America. I'm a patriot. It's a good investment in America, and it didn't work this time, but I am not giving up. My motto is I have not yet begun to fight. You have not heard the last of Jack Davis. Until I get this problem solved of the offshoring of our jobs and the destruction of our economy and our middle class, I will be there for the middle class.
And Davis described his opponent's campaigns as, quote, dirty, and the accusations against him pure lies. And again, Davis said that this isn't his last rodeo in the political spectrum. So, of course, time will tell what the political future has in store for Jack Davis. Live in Williamsville, Kyla Igo, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.